What are some best practices for hiring and onboarding remote employees?
Great. I'll take this one, Kristen, and I'll carry on into the next question too. First of all, I think there is a great opportunity for all of us to be able to expand our footprint because the world did go virtual during this last season. And personally, we hired remotely and we've onboarded remotely, and I now have a remote team. So it's been a very good experience for all of us, and it's allowed us to expand the talent pool to do so. It is a little tricky, and I think just like what we're doing right now, the very first piece of expert advice I give is using technology. You've got to use technology first to engage the talent out there, with postings, using social media, really spread that net far and wide. Also use it for your referral network. So use social media to get your referrals and to get people to be attracted to joining you. The last two people we hired were both referrals. It just worked really, really well to get people's attention. And then using technology in the interview. Obviously, you're somewhat looking for different skills now, and you've got to make sure that the individual can do this kind of work in a digital environment. So clearly use all sorts of technology for video interviewing. Definitely use simulations to make sure that you are simulating what the environment's going to look like, since you won't be able to necessarily see that person in person doing the job. So simulate writing examples. If they have to communicate in their job via email, have them write you emails so you see their communication. If they're going to have to conduct conference calls and video calls, then have them do that as part of the interview process. And then finally, there's onboarding. And how do you do that in a remote environment? First of all, you start with pre-onboarding. The defining moment happens as soon as that offer is made and that employee is going to join you. We highly recommend, because you won't be there to welcome them in person, you won't be able to take them out for lunch, send them a welcome package. Send them some of your company's swag that makes them feel part of the team immediately. And then any pre-read materials, not setting up that they've got to do work before they start the job, but get them started and understanding that quickly there's going to be some formal learning and development. And then you've got to do the onboarding virtually. So you've got to find all sorts of different modalities to do that in. Use things, again, that they would read ahead, have them watch videos, have them watch content on your company, and then also mix the presenters. So we had to move. We usually do two weeks of in-person training, and we had to move that to a remote environment. But we mixed up the presenters, we mixed up the activity, we had self-study, we did fun things like scavenger hunts and puzzle solving. And you just have to really find ways to keep their attention, get their attention, and have the learning done in a different way.
I think that's so true. One of the things that I've struggled with the onboarding and training as one of the trainers in the organization is it's actually more exhausting to train virtually than it is to stand up in front of a group of people. I'm not 100% sure why that is yet. I mean, I have some theories, but yeah, it's definitely a different world, isn't it?
It really is.
I think that's another good point, to just be kind to yourself and the person that you're onboarding, just to realize, maybe we need to go look at something that's not 3 feet away from us for a little while in between. Take different types of breaks.
It's really true, Kristen, because I was thinking what Wendy just said. I think part of the exhaustion is we're not up and moving around and mixing it up. And I think, in fact, when we're learners, we need time and space to process. And you get to do that on the way into work or on the way home or in between, where you're having lunch or doing different activities. So feel comfortable with that downtime for your new hires, so that they have different ways of different opportunities to process and learn and think through what they're doing in the onboarding. Don't feel like you have to fill every moment of theirs.